Hi, John here. Today I want to expand on my essential nutrients video, specifically fats, which will be the focus of this video. Fats are also known as triglycerides. They are made from free fatty acid molecules connected to a glycerol. These fatty acids are hydrocarbons which can vary in chain length and desaturation, the number of double bonds. When talking about food, the main fats you will see are saturated fats that have no double bonds, monounsaturated fats that have one double bond, polyunsaturated fats which have two or more double bonds, and finally trans fats which have one or more double bonds in the trans configuration rather than the cis configuration. They can also all be found in varying chain lengths such as short 3 to 6 carbons, medium 8 to 14 carbons, and long 16 or more carbons. In the body, fats are used to store energy, support cell growth, protect organs, help the body absorb vital nutrients, and are needed to control inflammation and blood clotting. Fats are essential as fatty acids are needed for proper bodily function and the body is unable to produce them itself. However, not all fatty acids should be consumed in the same amount. First, monounsaturated fats are deemed healthy and their consumption is not necessary to limit because of this. This is the same for polyunsaturated fats. However, there are other things to talk about with polyunsaturated fats, such as omega-3, which comes in the forms of ALA, EPA, and DHA. Your body needs all of these, but EPA and DHA only seem to be found in sufficient quantities in fatty fish, whereas plants only seem to contain ALA. This is concerning because your body can convert ALA to EPA and DHA, but the conversion rate is only 5% for EPA and only a mere 0.5% for DHA. This means it's very important for you to eat fatty fish because DHA seems to be very important for your body. For example, DHA and AA are the most abundant fatty acids in the brain, which out of its dry mass is 60% lipid. DHA and AA are selectively transferred across the placenta, and DHA content in tissues of all mammals is very similar. Now, how much omega-3 should you consume? Well, it actually depends on how much of the other polyunsaturated fat you consume, known as omega-6. This is because a diet containing a lot of omega-6 and little omega-3 will cause inflammation, whereas a diet consisting of little omega-6 and a lot of omega-3 will reduce inflammation. This means you should aim to consume omega-3 to omega-6 in a 1-to-1 ratio, but a ratio up to 1-to-4 either way is still considered healthy. To put this into perspective, the average Western diet consists of a ratio of 1-to-16, and some people may consume up to 1-to-70. This is due to the skyrocket in consumption of processed foods which are full of products like seed oils that are extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids and low in omega-3. These products are what you get from takeaways, crisps, fast foods like McDonald's and KFC, cakes and sweets. Some of these oils have never even been consumed en masse before until a few decades ago, such as canola oil. This has led people to hypothesize that this could be a cause of the rapidly rising rates of heart disease, cancer, obesity, and many other health problems. Saturated fat is necessary in the diet, but its consumption should be limited to 30 grams a day. However, if you don't eat much processed food, you shouldn't have to worry about surpassing this amount. On the other hand, trans fat consumption should be minimized. It is present in meat and dairy, but this form is deemed to be okay to consume. The main concern is the high content of trans fats in processed foods, such as the aforementioned high omega-6 products such as cake and crisps. Overall, the consumption of fat is quite controversial. Some people recommend eating a low-fat, high-carbohydrate and protein diet, whereas others promote a high-fat and protein and a low-carbohydrate diet. In my opinion, it depends on what fats you are consuming the most of, as you may want to reduce your omega-6 fatty acids and trans fats, and increase your omega-3 fatty acids and monounsaturated fats. Some good sources of fat are fatty fish such as salmon, olive oil, avocado, eggs, and red meat such as steak. Some poor sources of fats, containing high omega-6, trans fats, or both, are oils such as sunflower seed oil, corn oil, nuts such as almonds, and processed foods like cakes, sweets, and crisps. Personally, I consume around the same amount of fat as I do protein, which is high, but I feel the healthiest consuming this amount, and I believe you should experiment with different diets too, as everyone's bodies and lifestyles are slightly different, requiring different nutrition. That concludes the 3 macronutrient videos. In the next videos, I will be beginning on micronutrients. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing.